Hello everyone, I'm back and I'm sharing the completed journal from my little series and how I put this together. I used white glue to glue this canvas on. I've stitched from the inside down it as well, just to doubly secure everything. I didn't do a wraparound tie because I thought the front was too pretty to cover up, so we've got eyelets front and back, and I've just threaded through this rather lovely sari silk. I get this from Perren Yarns, P-E-R-R-E-N, in the UK. It comes crumpled. Probably not the cheapest way to get it, but it is beautiful, and I iron it before I use it. So on the inside, you can see where I've stitched here. I've got a little photograph here. This journal is called Dorothy, and this is Dorothy, or I'm imagining it's Dorothy. I've just put a journal card in here. It's just a page out of a book. I didn't cover the back, but I did add a little bit of fluff or frou-frou up there just to dress it up. This is an envelope from I don't think it's particularly old. Oh, I remember, sorry, you probably remember better than I did. I put this stamp on, didn't I? So yeah, I'm not sure how old this envelope is, but I put the stamp on and did a faux postage stamp. I've had a little bit of collage at the top, and on this side we've got a pocket. You saw me do that, and in the pocket I've put again, it's an image from a book which I've used both sides in effect, so it's quite thin, but I have collaged a little bit on it just to dress it up, and you can use it that way and see something pretty across the top, but I think it actually suits it to go that way. So you get the layers at the top and you still get a nice image on this side. I've also put a library card in there, a vintage library card, just to add a bit more interest. Left this as is. This is a bit of tissue paper over some book page, and then I've just glued it in just to add a bit of colour onto this side. You can still write all over this. I mean, these journals are full. It's a bouncy cover, but you can see it's pretty full. If you want to use it as a writing journal, you would need to take everything out and put your own things in, and there are writing spaces. This is just a little journal card. The image is from Mrs. Cog, her greenhouse, and this little fairy was still sitting on my desk, so I did add her there. In this pocket, it's a little journal card on tea-dyed paper, and a very short letter from 1932. That's in there. You can see I've added the violet here that we were talking about, the sort of contrast colour. Obviously picks it up here as well. This pocket, I wanted a bit of blue at the bottom. I've got some more at the top here on the next page. So in here, I've got a vintage book page. It's called From a Country Window. Random thoughts about things in sight, and I've put the whole article in this journal, so you can read that if you'd like to. And this is just a little journal card, or an upside down tag, whatever you want to call that. Here I've just tied some of that blue silk chiffon. This has got, this is a vintage book page. You saw me do that before. And this is a tag I've made, and again on tea-dyed paper. And on this side, there's a little Polaroid I've put together with a sample image, just some bits and bobs on there. Apart from the book page, there's nothing old on that one. This pocket, it's a book page, and in there there's, it's not particularly old. I don't think it's old because it's 1972, which is when I was just coming into my teenage years and starting to enjoy life, but I've realised that that's actually quite vintage. And this, I'm imagining, is Dorothy a little bit more grown up. This is an old postcard. Just a little tea card on there, and one of those little paperclip snippet things. In this pocket, I've just done a very simple tag. The image from the book was so lovely, I didn't really want to add anything onto that, so that's just in there. It says it's in there. And then there's a book page, an old book page, that's on Italian on cotton rag paper. And this, I'd have that in the front, might be nice in the front, just so you can see the different layers. Another little cutout here, little fussy cut. In this pocket, I've put the next part of that article, which is from the country window. And then I presume this is a story. And the third page, the last page from that story is further on in the book, so you'll be able to see that one as well. And this is another bit of documentation from the 70s, but I rather liked the colour in that one, so that was just to add you a bit more writing room. You obviously would need to take things out if you're going to do a lot of writing in this one. Little fairy there. This is another tag I've put together, and I've just pinned that in so that you can see the music paper backing. So again, about layers. In this pocket, there's just a scrap really of French embroidery paper and a 1919 document. You can see this nice heading. There's another tag there that I've put together with a wax seal on it. This I threaded through, and I did decide to add a bead at the bottom, so there is just the one hanging item in this journal. I haven't put any bits and pieces on. This is from 1877, and this is from a Victorian scrapbook. This Victorian scrap on the other side, and this is a vintage postcard. It's not written on, but the colours went nicely. Green and the yellow. See a bit more of that tea dyeing doily. In this pocket I've got just a long slim tag, and just to pop something in there, that's one of Tim Holtz's film strips. This is an envelope, and in the envelope I've included a little miniature cabinet card. Start to run out of those, so I don't know if I'll be able to pick up any more at a reasonable price, but we'll see. In this pocket, there's the rest of that story, The Wish Grave. I hope it's not sad. It might be. I haven't actually read it. So that's in there. I've got an old computer card just to add another layer, and a vintage postcard that I've put a little bit of frou on. This is our back page from the Nagasaki collection, and on the envelope we've got another vintage postcard. Maybe it's Dorothy, maybe it's not, maybe it's somebody she knows, and little vintage cigarette card on the back of a dog. And I have included, if you remember, originally I put this what I'd call a bulky page in from that old French magazine. So rather than deprive you of that, I've included it in the back with this 1832 penny magazine. So that's Dorothy. She will go into the Etsy shop now, so when this video is public, it will be in the Etsy shop. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.